popular saying that without finance, there's no romance. But let me just retweak. Without a proper financial structure, there cannot be romance, even when there's finance. So why am I saying this? Because this lack of financial structure has destroyed many marriages. In fact, let me say it. Let me rhyme it. This lack of financial structure has led to marital destruction. This lack of financial structure has led to marital destruction. I'm serious. I can't say a lot. I've met different couples come to my office to complain about how their wife is spending anyhow, what this one is doing, the demands and all of that. So if you're single listening to me or watching me, this is something you need to put into play. You need to take very seriously. Before you say I do to your intending spouse, male and female, please, you need to sit and have serious conversation about your finance. That's what I and my husband did about 13 or 14 years ago when we met, when we're cutting. Don't scoop ice cream and scoop away your structure. I've come again. You need to sit down and have conversation about your finance. First question you must ask is, what kind of job or business are you doing? If you are in a courtship for over 2 years and you don't even know something is wrong and you don't even know the ship you are in, actually. It's not a relation. Something is just wrong with your ship. You are sailing nowhere. You need to find out what kind of job or business is the person doing. What do I mean by job or business? Is the person a CEO? That person self-employed or
an employee?
Now, the second question I should follow, how much comes in? What do you receive? Do you receive every month? Or do you receive weekly? Do you receive daily? You know, like someone who works in the markets, like sells things, buying and selling. Do you receive daily? Do you receive weekly? Do you receive monthly? Do you receive once in 3 months, like contract based, something like that? So you need to find out all of these things. Now, why is it necessary? So that you can know what you are demanding. Especially for ladies. Yes, I'm sorry, but I need to call out gender. You need to know what you are demanding. If you are going to demand, for example, when I met my husband, he was the business person, was into photography, media, video editing, photography and all that. I was one on salary job. Every month I receive salary. So he was the one there. So photography job doesn't come every time, but for me, I was receiving something every month. So we need to come together. And then as at the time I met him, his finance was just okay. It was just there. Yeah. It was just, like I said, it was diligently broke, sort of. So his finance was just there, yeah, but at least he was receiving something, but not the way I was receiving it regularly. So we need to have a plan. I need to know what I was going to be expecting because of the kind of person I was marrying, his financial status. Now, when we got married, I needed to cut the things I was using before because I was going to resign from my job. So I needed to cut it down. For example, when I was using Kids Relaxer, using some kind of perfume, I need to bring it down because of his present, as at that time, his present state of his finance. So I need to bring it down. Why am I saying all of these things? When you know the kind of person you're going to get married to, this kind of job, this kind of business, what he's receiving, you will need to adjust on your demands. You need to adjust on your expectations. It is very important. Number 2, you will need to know the percentage of what you guys need to save. Every home must have a plan for saving. You must have a saving plan. It is very important because there will always be an emergency period. Nobody plans for bad things. It's not even just bad. There are things that may just come up spontaneously. You need to have an account where you can fall back to, even if it's not complete, but at least have something that your helper should help you with. Your helper should add on it. Do you understand? Add to it rather. Now, you must have a savings plan. So you need to sit down and say, okay, what do you receive? What do you receive? How much can I bring? At least let me talk to my gender. If you are the one who is receiving higher, there's nothing wrong with you bringing out a higher percentage for savings. There's nothing wrong with it. I know the man should be the breadwinner, but if you are the one winning more bread, please bring out a higher percentage of the savings. Number 3, Will joint account work for both of us, or should we have a different account? We will have our individual savings, and then this person has, my husband has his individual. I'm not talking about my own husband. As your spouse should maybe your spouse has his own individual savings, and then you have your own individual savings. Or will joint account work for you both? In my own case, joint account worked for us and is still working. So as savings, we have our money joint in our account, but we have a different account for savings. My husband, did you hear that? We have a different account for savings, and all of that. So yes, of course, he knows that. I'm just kidding. Sometimes the percentage increases as depending on how much comes in. So I wouldn't say have a joint account. I won't say what is my experience. I won't make my experience a general formula. I will tell you what works for you. Know what comes in to know the specific percentage each one of you should bring in. Before I get there, sorry, I forgot to say this. Know who is the saver, the spender, and the investor in the relationship. In my relationship, in my marriage, I am the saver. My husband is the spender. His name is Spender. He can spend me. And he's also the investor. Now, the investor has a good advantage. The saver has a good advantage. But if the person only saves and does not multiply, it's also a problem. So, the person only saves and does not multiply is also a problem. So, for my husband, he spends, but he also invests. But now I think he's a good saver. Now, you see, marriage has a way of influencing people. I've influenced him. he's only my father, more dowry. Okay, so my husband is the spender and is the investor, but I am the saver. So because of that, he allows me handle the signing of a check. In fact, most of our accounts, I do the signing and all of that. Yes, the man his ego is down so that the marriage can grow. Amen. Celebrate grace. Then number 3, okay, I think I've said it. I think, okay, this is like the third one. Yeah, so that's what you guys need to consider so that you can have a proper financial structure so you can avoid marital destruction. Finance brings a lot of problem in marriage. And please, if you are not yet married, this is the best time for you to have this conversation. Prevention is better than cure. If you are married and you guys don't have a structure for your finance, it's still not late. Please sit down together. For the man, please bring down your ego and knows what works for you. Please, just because I said also that I am the saver in my marriage doesn't mean that the woman should be the saver, should be the one saving the money. If your wife is not prudent in the finance, please by all means take it away from her. If both of you are not prudent at the same time, please look for a financial manager outside of you both that you can trust. Thank you very much. I look forward to you watching my next video. Bye.